Hi, I'm Tom Miggott from Tom Miggott Photography. The famous William Blake has once said that the nakedness of a woman is the work of God. Well, if that's the case, I like to think of myself as one of his preachers. Today I just feel like ranting. You know me, this is not usually what I do, but I do believe that for those of us who have some kind of a presence on social media, including YouTube, we have a responsibility to share with a broader audience when we encounter injustice or absurdity, and I believe here is the case. You know me, for the past 2 or 3 years I've been publishing the work that I do on social medias as well as on my website. I do different type of photography, and one of them is what I call intimate portraiture, and you have an example here on your screen. Well, it turned out that yesterday I've actually published that picture on my Facebook page, which I use as an extension of my own business. And later on in the evening I received a notification from Facebook, and here it is. A photo or post on your timeline was reported to Facebook. After reviewing the report, we determined that the photo or post does not follow the Facebook community standards. About nudity, here's what they say. Facebook imposes limitation on display of nudity. Fair enough, I do not agree with such policy, but it's their policy, I'm going to respect it. We aspire to respect people's right to share content of personal importance, whether those are photos of a sculpture like Michelangelo's David or family photos with a child breastfeeding. Thanks God. So I had a look, they gave the link to the community standards, and here's what it starts with. Facebook has a strict policy against the sharing of pornographic content and any explicitly sexual content where a minor is involved. Alright, let me clarify things. This particular photograph was not of a minor. She's actually 27. This does not constitute pornography, and I like your opinion on this, so feel free to actually comment on everything that I'm saying today. Please go ahead with a comment. Whether you think that this particular photograph is a pornographic work. Then it says that we aspire to respect people's right to share content of personal importance. Well, that is very important to me. But then it says whether those are photos of a sculpture like Michelangelo's David or breastfeeding. Well, Michelangelo's David, you could actually argue that you can see the penis, right? This is a statue. It's a classic, but you can see the penis. So I know some people on Facebook, and it's in the world in general, are a tendency to be prude and are shocked by the human body. Let me remind everybody that we were all born naked, right? So it's one of our rights. I do not have much respect for people who get, I would say, offended by the view of such image that you have on the screen right now. I do believe that I do not expose sexual parts directly. There's a lot of suggestion in this image. Nothing sexual, however. And this is not the first time that I hear stories on Facebook where my fellow photographers have had their work tagged and removed by Facebook. As a matter of fact, Facebook has removed that picture not only on my main page, but also on my timeline and on all the other groups, whether or not they were closed, secret, or fully open. Just remove that picture altogether. So now I like to think, okay, fair enough, maybe I'm just expecting too much of Facebook and I just should be quiet. But then, interestingly, if we're talking about the image and the explicitness of sexual content, well, I just had a quick browse very quickly on Facebook just before recording this video, and I just typed nude. And this is the type of page that I found. Alright, this is not a group, this is not a close group, this is a page. It's called Nude Model, and I do not know who that person, who the admin is, and I really do not know, but clearly the word nude certainly helps gathering likes. That's my own opinion, but let's go down and let's see if there is anything that is actually explicit content of sexual nature? Well, the first one it is, and then we carry on, right? And I just carry on. Right, so here's one example where nudity, I don't see much nudity here, but that's the proof that you can be well dressed with a lot of clothing on you and be much more explicit than my image that shows a naked body. So this is one of, some could say, okay, this is just one page. All right. Then I type the word sex in Facebook, and this is what I end up on. As I said clearly, sex and nudity does bring the likes. Look at this, nearly 40,000. And so we go down, and if you have pictures like this or like this one, I'm sorry, but this is explicit content, and clearly Facebook has no problem with it. So I'd like to hear your comment with it. Am I being too narrow-minded? Do you think this image that I took, this photograph, this work that I've actually produced, do you think this is explicitly sexual? Do you think it has its place on Facebook? And let me just share my opinion, another opinion of mine with regard to Facebook in general. I've seen people who have kids who are not even the age of 10 and have their own Facebook account. And they browse on Facebook, and God knows what they do on Facebook. If the people who actually tag the work, like the one that I published last night, because they fear that their children might actually be exposed to such nakedness, and they think that it's not appropriate to children, well, let me tell you people, if that's your case, then Facebook is not appropriate to you. I do not believe that 10-year-old and under should actually have a Facebook page or be on Facebook altogether. I have a 3-year-old daughter. There is no way she will be on Facebook before she's actually mature enough to do so. So that's my own view on it. I'm really keen to see in the comment what you think. Sorry for ranting, but I think this deserves it. Well, until next time, this is Tommy saying, if you like it, well, capture it, but watch out. Facebook may ban your work. Ciao.